If I come here, pink, then it's the same angle. Let's look at some arcs. A. There are 4 different types of arcs here. You can explore them. I tend to use this one, shortcut A. Again, we can get the, so I click once, come down here, click twice, when it's pink, and then pink again. That means it's kind of like a equal radius arc. Get the E, which is the eraser. E, down there. And I can erase that one and that one. And it changes like that. You can also do things with arcs where they run into each other. Watch this. Go blue. Blue. Here. Blue. Blue. Like that. You can create like kind of a nice smooth curve. So the blue line is something called a tangent, and the pink line is like showing its equal distance or parallel lines. Has many different meanings. Something that will be useful for you is that to remember that when you're using SketchUp, see here, measurements. Measurements. So when we put in a measurement, when we draw a line, we can put in a measurement. If we click once, move along, you see it says 44.74. If I type in 50, it's going to make it 50 meters. Come down, 100, 75. So we're doing our design. We know how big we want things to be, so we should be typing in the correct measurements. .2. That means it's 20 centimeters. 0.5, 50 centimeters. Let's do some measurements with the rectangle. So it might be 1, 2. Is that right? Don't think that's right. 1, space 2. Let me check that. This one here is the tape measure, as you can see. Shortcut T. 1, 2. Oh yeah, that's correct. So 1, 1. Okay, so that's what you can do with the rectangle. The circle, the first one it tells us is the sides. So I'll make this 12 to begin with. That means the circle has 12 sides. 1, 2, 3, 4, blah, 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 blah. So the circle would be not very circle-like. If I go circle, if I go 24, enter, then it'll have 24 sides. That's the kind of basic circle. If I make it 48, it's going to be smoother, have more sides. So with the circle, you can set the sides, the segments, and so I'll make it a 48. Oops. 48 sides. Oops. 48, enter. Now the next one, I can click once, and now I'm talking about the radius. So I can make that, say 5. And that means from here to here is 5. So it'd be from here to here is 5, so from here to here is pretty much 10. Okay, I think that about sums it up for the basics. I might just talk about a few of these tools here, other tools that we didn't use, but that's pretty much the basics. You know, if we have a shape, we could get the, I could select it, and then I could get rotate, and I could rotate it, right? I could put in an angle, 45, and it'll do that. If I made it a shape like that, if I got rotate, remember we looked at this in class, it'll do something funny like that. So it's just rotating that top surface. If I select it all, triple click, 1, 2, 3, or like that, get rotate, now it's going to rotate all of the things. And remember, when I rotate, I can rotate on different surfaces to get different outcomes. This one here is the offset. So if you come in here, if I go click and click, click and click. And once you create new surfaces, then you can do new things like that, right? If you have a line like that and that, but you can't see the line there, you can go there and you can go right click, intersect faces with the model, and it will draw the line. Scale. Sometimes it is better to select the thing. So I'm going to go like this, 1, 2, 3. Scale, puts this on. I can go like that, make it bigger or smaller. And I can also input some numbers. If I want to make it 2 times as big, I go 2. Or 0.5 will be half. To finish, spacebar. Move. If I want to move it all, select it all, get the move. Often move from a point. So watch this. If I have something over here. Okay. Say I have this over here and I want to put this point here. Select this one and get move, and you can move from that point to that point. Sometimes it can be hard to find. That doesn't seem to be working very well. But I won't give up. There we go. This is something we do all the time in SketchUp. We move something from one point to another point. Like from there to there. So that's something to practice. This shape's a bit of a funny, it's a bit of a funny shape, so I'll come back to here. Let's just draw another thing over here. So you might have that like that, and you want to put this one up here. So you could triple click that, move from that point to that point. We're always doing this kind of thing in SketchUp, so it's a good thing to practice. Now that those two things are connected, if I triple click, it'll select them all. Another thing we often do in SketchUp is we have things in groups, as you know in your model. So you can triple click that, right click, make group. Triple click that, right click, make group. Now if I move that from there to say there, if I triple click, it will select them, but if I double click, it'll be this group that will be editing. See, I can't, if it's a group, I can't say push pull, won't work. I have to double click it. Then I can do it. And so if you see this dotted box, it means